Welcome back to Economics Learning. Today we discuss critical evaluation of unbalanced growth theory. Unbalanced growth theory, a concept in economics that advocates for promoting uneven growth across sectors or regions, has generated both support and criticism among economists. Here is an evaluation of some key aspects of this theory. First one is efficiency and resources allocation. Unbalanced growth theory emphasizes the efficient allocation of resources by focusing on sectors or regions with comparative advantage or high growth potential by directing resources toward areas that can generate high return. The theory seeks to enhance overall economic efficiency. This approach can lead to specialization, economies of scale, and increase productivity in targeted sectors, which can positively impact economic performance. Second one is structural transformation and industrialization. Proponents argue that unbalanced growth theory facilitates structural transformation and industrialization by prioritizing sectors that have the potential to drive economic growth. Concentrating resources and investment in these sectors can accelerate the shift from traditional low productivity sector to modern high productivity industries. This transformation is seen as essential for sustained economic development and increased competitiveness on global stage. Third one is regional development and convergence. Unbalanced growth theory recognizes regional disparities and aims to promote development in lagging regions by prioritizing investment and infrastructure development in these regions. The theory seeks to reduce regional inequalities and foster convergence. This can contribute to overall economic stability and social cohesion within a country. Fourth one is risk of imbalance and inequality. The critics argue that unbalanced growth theory can lead to imbalances and exacerbate inequality by favoring certain sectors or regions. Resources may be disproportionately allocated, resulting in uneven development. This can lead to increased income disparities, social tension, and regional inequality. Balancing targeted growth with inclusive policies and measures is necessary to mitigate these risks. Fifth one is vulnerability to external shocks. The concentration of resource and investment in specific sectors or regions under unbalanced growth theory can increase vulnerability to external shocks. If the favored sector or region encounters unexpected challenges such as change in global market conditions to technological disruption, the entire economy may suffer. Diversification and resilience are crucial to mitigate these risks or ensure long-term stability. Sixth one is environmental sustainability. A key criticism of unbalanced growth theory is its potential disregard for environmental sustainability. The focus on rapid industrialization and concentrated growth may neglect environmental consideration and contribute to ecological degradation. It is important to integrate sustainable practice, environmental regulation, and green technologies to ensure a more balanced and environmentally friendly approach to economic development. Last one is context specific applicabilities. Context specific applicability. The effectiveness of unbalanced growth theory depends on the specific context of each country or region. Factors such as institutional capacity, governance, market condition, and social dynamic influence the outcomes of implementing this theory. Policymakers should carefully consider the unique circumstances and challenges of their economies and tailor their strategies accordingly. Unbalanced growth theory offers potential benefits in the terms of resources allocation, structural transformation, and regional development. However, it also poses risks related to imbalances, inequality, vulnerability to external shocks, and environmental sustainability. A nuanced and context-specific application and coupled with policies that address inclusivity, social welfare, and environmental concerns are crucial to harness the potential benefits of unbalanced growth theory while mitigating its associated risk. Now we wind up the discussion with the remarks that unbalanced growth approach points out that what is more crucial. The general objective of the approach is to invite motion in right direction. This approach identifies what is actually happening in underdeveloping countries. In developing countries, so many projects are started irrespective of their economic feasibility. Then, if the resources are concentrated on carefully selected projects, the deadlock of the economy can be put on to an end. According to Stratton, the question is not to create imbalance but to determine the optimum degree of imbalances, where to imbalance and how much to imbalance. Thus, the under unbalanced growth theory pays little attention to the composition, direction, and timing. The unbalanced growth theory is highly project and is highly objected that the imbalanced growth in the economy will lead to create inflation in the economy. It is explained as when investment is made just a few selected industries, the monetary economy incomes of the people will increase. Consequently, the demand for consumer goods will increase faster than their supply. Such lack imbalance between supply and demand will have an undesirable effect on the economy in the form of inflation and unequal income distribution. According to Dr. Huck, historically, the growth has never been balanced. There have always been leading and lagging sectors as well as regions. Moreover, nothing is more inspiring than a visible breakthrough in at least one sector. After the above discussion, we conclude that both the theories of balanced growth and unbalanced growth are complementary rather than substitutes. In certain countries, the growth strategy has been the balanced one, while in certain other countries, the growth strategy has been the unbalanced one. Both the countries have certain flaws as well as merits. The better it would be if a mixture of both the strategies be prepared to remove the poverty of the underdeveloping countries. Thank you.